I don't think he can play football at all. He's just always in the right position. Those were the words used to describe Filippo Inzaghi. Sound familiar? In the world of Blue Lock, Isagi Yoichi started as a nothing player. No god-tier speed like Chirigiri, no monstrous strength like Burao, and no technical wizardry like Bachira. Yet as we stand here in 2026, Isagi has devoured the best in the world. Why? Because Meneyuki Kanshiro didn't build Isagi on a whim. He built him on the Inzaghi Blueprint. Today we're going to be going beyond the anime superpowers to look at the cold, hard tactical reality. We're analyzing how Isagi's Metavision mirrors the Shadow Striker of the early 2000s. Why his Egoism is actually a masterclass in modern sports psychology, and how he's perfectly positioned to dominate the upcoming U20 World Cup arc. So let's get into it. The legendary Sir Alex Ferguson once said Inzaghi was born offside. It wasn't a compliment, it was a warning. Inzaghi lived on the razor's edge of the defensive line. He lacked physical dominance, much like Isagi. Just look at his spatial IQ. Isagi's metavision isn't magic. It's the ability to process peripheral information at a high frequency. In the real world, we call this scanning. Top midfielders like Kevin De Bruyne scan the pitch every 2 seconds. Isagi does this to find the hottest spot on the field, the place where the goal is most likely to happen. Inzaghi also has the poacher archetype. Inzaghi was the ultimate poacher. He didn't care about the build-up, he cared about the final touch. We see this in Isagi's evolution. He transitioned from a playmaker who wanted to assist to an egoist who demands the ball at the point of impact. This poacher foundation is what makes Isagi so terrifying as we head into the U20 World Cup arc. He's no longer the one making the play. He's the one finishing it. Why does Isagi always seem to teleport behind people? It's not speed. It's blindside exploitation. In professional soccer, a defender's greatest weakness is their own anatomy. You can't see what's behind your shoulder while you're watching the ball. Isagi masters the off-the-ball movement by intentionally moving when the defender turns their head to check the ball's position. This is called the shoulder theory. In Season 3, we see Isagi specifically attacking the shoulder of world-class defenders. By hovering just outside their line of sight, he forces them into a state of perceptual paralysis. By the time they turn back, he's already gone. This is the ultimate egoist move because it treats the defender not as a person, but as a physical obstacle with a blind spot. It is mechanical, cold, and devastatingly effective. Isagi began as a traditional number 10, a playmaker. But his metamorphosis had led him to be the false 9 role, and beyond. Let's take a look at the Haaland comparison. People call Erling Haaland a robot, but his brilliance is efficiency. Haaland often has the fewest touches on pitch, but the most goals. Isagi's direct shot is the perfect narrative representation of this. He doesn't need to dribble. He doesn't need to show off. He needs one touch. But anime versus reality. While Blue Lock uses blue fire and puzzle pieces to visualize this, the gritty reality of the EPL in 2026 shows that positioning is the most valuable asset. While modern defenders have solved the traditional playmaker, they can't solve a player who arrives out of the shadows. Isagi isn't a creator anymore. He's the clinical finisher, masquerading as a midfielder. Let's talk about the zone. In psychology, this is the flow state. For Isagi, flow is the movement where his metavision and his reflex merge. In Blue Lock, egoism is often mistaken for being a jerk. But tactically, it's confidence. It's the absolute belief that I am the best solution for this play. World-class players like Judge Bellingham or Kylian Mbappe don't pass because they're nice. They pass because it's the most efficient way to get the ball back in a better position to score. Isagi's internal monologue isn't just shown in screaming. It's the split-second Bayesian inference, probabilistic thinking. that real-world midfielders used when they need to predict where the ball will land. He isn't guessing. He's calculating. But it's 2026. Real-world football is currently obsessed with inverted wingbacks and high defensive lines. How does this affect Isagi? A high defensive line is a goldmine for an Inzaghi-style player. The more space there is behind the defense, the more Metavision can exploit it. I predict Isagi's next evolution won't be a new physical skill, but a lefty direct shot mastery or a zero-touch finish that bypasses even the fastest keepers. Who's next? My bet is on a rival based on the modern deep-lying playmaker. Someone like an evolved Rodri or Pirlo type, who will force Isagi to devour the ability to control the entire tempo of the game, not just the final third. Blue Lock is the most relevant sports anime today because it doesn't rely on magic. It relies on the terrifying reality of human potential and spatial awareness. Isagi Yoichi is the ghost of Inzaghi reborn in a digital age. He's proof that, in a game of giants, the smartest person in the room is the one who holds the knife. Is Isagi truly the next Inzaghi? Or do you see more of Thomas Miller's Ramtutor in him? As we head into the U20 World Cup, who do you think the biggest threat to the Blue Lock project is? Let's argue it in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, subscribe for our next analysis. And until next time, stay egoist, and I'll be seeing you on the next step of our journey. Take care.